Okay, so first off, Gary, what are your thoughts on everything that went down last night at the finale?
It was definitely really shocking to see who won because I really didn't picture that Final Four happening. I mean, I knew Ika and Dimitri would be in the Final Four, but I never really saw Karen or Kevin there.
Yeah.
So to see that whole thing go down, it was really shocking, but I'm really happy to see the ending of this story because it was a really long journey. So to see it all come to a close is kind of like happy feeling.
That's good.
Yeah.
And watching from home, who did you think played the best game this season?
Honestly, I think Karen played a good game. I think Karen played like one of the best games. For me, it's not always about competition wins. It's really about making connections with people in the house and seeing them for who they are. And I think Karen was not a threat to anyone, and she made it to Final Two, and that's huge. So I really think Karen deserves a lot of props. I gave her legendary status on finale, and that will stay that way because she got the first guy out in Big Brother Canada history. She made it to Final Two. She, her archetype of a player never lasts that long.
Right.
So for her to make it that far, I'm like really, really proud of her, and I love her.
That actually relates to our next question.
Yeah.
Like, having watched her game play out, do you think she deserves more credit than what she got from her fellow housemates?
Of course. I don't think people really understand. I think a lot of house guests are so blinded by competition wins, they don't really understand that you can morph who you are in this house, and you could put on something completely different from who you are in the outside world and play socially. And I don't think people understand that, but I think it's something that people will find out, and when they do their history and they watch back seasons, I think social game will get its life eventually. It's just not really about that right now. It's, trends and waves, but the history is always on film. So I think people will see how important social game is later on.
And when you're watching from home, is there anything that stood out that really surprised you that you saw?
What surprised me? Not really. I mean, people would maybe think I was surprised about seeing the 6, but I had called that out because they were so obvious. They were in other rooms, and they even showed it on the show. Like, I'm like, Bruno, I'm not dumb. Like, I know what's going on. So, no, nothing really surprised me. I'm pretty good with getting the tea and figuring out what's going on.
Yes, you are. So you made it to the Final 2 on your season.
Yes.
Do you think your early exit this season should change how you're viewed as a player at all?
Honestly, I think that's up to the viewer. I mean, you guys could shape your own opinions. They do anyways. So I think it's kind of all up to what they think. I mean, I know what I brought and what I gave, and I was a little bit worried leaving so early and doing so well in my season.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, people are going to decide what tea they want to sip regardless of what I think, so whatever.
For sure.
But I've been told I'm a legend, which feels great.
And lastly, what was your favorite part about the experience this time around?
My alien costume. I really loved it. I think people were able to see my true colors, and I loved wearing that costume. I felt fabulous. I felt amazing in that. And just meeting all these people and getting to have this experience again. It was definitely a lot harder than my season. We were just fresh off the boat and just having fun with it. We didn't know what we were getting into at all. But this season I kind of knew what I was getting into, and it was still rocky, but I don't regret anything, and I had so much fun. So my alien suit and the whole, experience as a whole was so much fun. I had a blast. I really did.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Gary.
Thank you.